Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE NXT review for September 27th, 2017. I just did my live reactions for this show, so make sure you guys check that out. I know it's been a couple of months since I've seen NXT and reviewed it and stuff, and it feels good to be back doing it again because with the way the main roster can be sometimes, I actually missed watching NXT. Especially like this week, because Raw wasn't that good this week. SmackDown was good, but yeah, I've missed NXT, so I'm happy that I get to review it again. So the show opens up with an exclusive, where Fabian Aichner comments on his upcoming debut against Cassius Ohno. He talks about how you only get one chance to show a good first impression. And he said that he did that when he was in the Cruiserweight Classics last summer. But he said that he's going to come here tonight and make the Full Sail crowd remember why he should be in NXT. Overall, I thought he would have cut a pretty good promo. And then we had the commentary team of Percy Watson, Nigel McGuinness, and Mauro Ranallo. And William Regal is backstage, and he says that since they don't have an NXT Women's Champion, he says that at NXT Takeover Houston, that there's going to be a Fatal 4-Way match where the winner becomes the new champion. However, he announces that in 2 weeks there's going to be qualifying matches to get into this Fatal 4-Way, and he announces that since Kairi Sane won the Mae Young Classics, that she's automatically advanced, which I've talked about before is stupid. That Kairi Sane pretty much won a tournament to get into another match to become champion. Like I said, it should have just been Asuka versus Kairi Sane. That would have been a sick match. Yeah, and that was pretty much the promo. Overall, I thought it was good. You got some nice news breaking moment right in the beginning, so good. And yeah, so makes me look forward to watching NXT for the next few weeks. The next few episodes, anyways. And then Sanity comes out and cuts a promo. They don't make an entrance or anything. They just come out right through the crowd, which I liked. And Eric Young cuts a promo talking about how the Undisputed Era have tried to make name for themselves. They've been trying to be cold and calculated, but life isn't meant for that way. Life is meant for chaos. And tonight he's going to show Adam Cole what chaos is like. I like this promo. It was a good promo. Eric Young's always been great on the mic, so I thought he cut a good promo here. And then we had the first match on the show. It was Lars Sullivan versus Oney Lorcan. This was a good match here. Oney Lorcan got a lot of offense in. Well, not a lot of offense, but he did get some offense in. Lars Sullivan dominates him in the beginning. He hits body slams and really dominates Oney Lorcan. Oney Lorcan hits an uppercut out of the corner. He goes for a tope Kohiro on the outside. He gets caught and body slammed right under the apron, and then he throws it. Lars Sullivan throws him in the ring. Oney Lorcan tries to hit an uppercut and tries to fire away at Lars Sullivan. He hits a wicked chop to the face right under Lars Sullivan repeatedly, and Lars Sullivan no-sells it. He clotheslines Oney Lorcan, and then he hits a side spine buster for the win. And I thought this was a good match. This made Lars Sullivan look really strong, that he was able to take all this damage and pretty much it wasn't able to affect him. And I think they're doing a good job making Lars Sullivan look like a monster. And Oney Lorcan did look strong in this match because he did get a lot of offense. He even cut a promo before the match talking about how he's sick and tired of Lars Sullivan thinking that he could do anything he wants. And he said that he's going to show him that isn't the case. And then afterwards, Lars Sullivan's just going to kill Oney Lorcan some more. But Danny Burch comes out and he makes the save and helps out Oney Lorcan. So they're still teasing that that Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch could possibly become a tag team, which I'm a fan of because I actually really want to see these two become a tag team. Then Ruby Riott cuts an interview, and we find out that there's going to be a rematch next week where it's going to be the iconic duo facing Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross. And she said that she doesn't know anything about what Nikki Cross did last week, but if the iconic duo want to fight, then that's fine. And they said that if Nikki Cross show up, she has nothing to do with it. Overall, I thought this was a good promo. I actually kind of liked how they're, you know, kind of like teasing the fact that because Nikki Cross we know is a face by association because she's associated with Sanity, who are also faces. And I kind of like how they're having Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott become like a duo, but they're not friends yet because it really wouldn't make any sense that they're all of a sudden friends just because Nikki Cross is now a face. So I think that's kind of cool. Then next was a tag team match. It was Heavy Machinery versus Dimitri Bronson and Patrick Scout. Pretty much a squash match. Heavy Machinery hit a compractor on I believe it was Dimitri Bronson for the win. And overall, a lot of people don't seem to like Heavy Machinery. I actually like Heavy Machinery. I think they're a nice big man team in NXT, and I like having athletes in all different sizes. And not every tag team needs to be like an indie type of tag team. I actually like what Heavy Machinery has to bring to the table. They're a different type of tag team. Then William Lee goes outside and he's talking about the next NXT special coming up, and he sees Johnny Gargano about to leave, and he says that he's answered his request and that next week, no, that in a couple of weeks he's going to face Andrade Cien Almas in a rematch from NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3, which I'm looking forward to. Because they actually had a pretty good match at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. I may do a live reaction to that match. I haven't decided yet. Then Roderick Strong gets interviewed, and he's talking about how he's been training like hell to become the NXT champion. It's something that he's been training his whole life for, and he says that that this may just be business, but he takes business very personally. And he said that he's going to do whatever he can to become the NXT champion. And he said that he will not stop until he hears the words "and new NXT champion." Overall, I thought Roderick Strong cut a great promo, and I think he's just really doing a good job playing that underdog role. So I liked it. Great promo. And then we had Liv Morgan versus Vanessa Bourne. Both women cut little video promos on each other. Well, not on each other, but pretty much talking about becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. Liv Morgan says that she's going to become the Liv of NXT, and Vanessa Bourne talks about how she's going to show the world why she should be the new NXT Women's Champion. We had the match. It was a pretty basic match. Liv Morgan wins with a running code breaker. Nothing special. I didn't really care much for this. It just kind of felt like it was just there. Like I said, I think the NXT Women's Division is just in limbo right now because they have no champion, and pretty much the build-up's just going to be to get to that match. So once we have a new champion, I think we'll finally have some stuff. But now with Asuka gone, I actually think it gives women like Liv Morgan a chance to shine, so I'm happy about that. Still think Asuka shouldn't have lost the title and stuff, though. And then Aleister Black is training, and somebody comes up and asks him a question about what his response to the Velveteen Dream. And he says that he doesn't respond to people who whine and cry and try to become strange just to make a name for themselves. And he says that's exactly what Patrick Cloak is doing. And I kind of like how he called him Patrick Cloak, which I liked. So overall, I thought this was a great promo, and I think Aleister Black could be a huge star if given the chance, but we'll have to wait and see. I really would like to see him become the NXT champion or something. Then Fabian Eichner has a video package showing everything that he's done in the Cruiserweight Classics, which was just that one match because he only had one match. And then we had Cassius Ohno versus Fabian Eichner. I thought this was a really good match. This was a good showcase for Fabian Eichner. He hits a Torpe Suicida on the outside, and Ohno and Eichner start chain wrestling each other. Ohno hits a backbreaker onto Eichner. Eichner hits a toe-to-world backbreaker. Ohno hits a running pump kick, running pump knee strike, and Eichner goes for a moonsault. Ohno moves out of the way, and he hits a Cyclops boot for the win. and Ono wins, it makes sense because they're trying to build some momentum behind him. But Fabian Eichner, I think, still looks strong even though he didn't win. So overall, I think that this benefited both wrestlers. And then we had Drew McIntyre get interviewed, and he says that Drew McIntyre says that when he became NXT champion, he gave anybody the platform to come up and challenge him for the NXT championship, and Roderick Strong was that guy. And he says that Roderick Strong has really impressed him, but he says that he doesn't have a chance of beating him for the NXT championship because this has been his life. And he says that Roderick Strong will give him a good fight, but he won't win the NXT championship. So overall, I thought he cut a good promo. And I can't wait to see the match between McIntyre and Strong for the NXT title. Then we had the main event. It was Eric Young with Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, and Nikki Cross versus Adam Cole with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And Adam Cole comes out and cuts a promo, and he says that he says that pretty much NXT shouldn't have survived this long without the Undisputed Era here. And he says that now that they've arrived, the NXT is now has now entered an undisputed era. So overall, I thought he cut a good promo. I thought this was a really good match here. Eric Young dominates the beginning of it by beating the crap out of Adam Cole. Adam Cole takes a cheap shot and thumbs Eric Young in the eye. He dominates the matchup for a bit. He hits a back suplex on him. He hits a Enzuigiri, setting him outside the ring. And then eventually Eric Young starts to make his comeback. He hits a neck breaker. And then eventually, when Eric Young goes for an elbow drop, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly try to get involved. Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane attack O'Reilly and Fish, and Eric Young dives on everybody, and then he goes in the win, and he gets hit with a psycho knee for the win, and Adam Cole goes over, and then the show goes off the air. But overall, I thought this was a really good episode of NXT. I thought it set up some stuff in the future. I thought it had some good interview segments, like with Aleister Black. I thought it had some really good matches, like Fabian Eichner versus Cassius Ohno, the main event, and I thought the opening match with Lars Sullivan was good, and the tag team match wasn't bad. So overall, I thought this was a really good episode of NXT. If I had to rate it, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now let me do my star ratings for each match. For Lars Sullivan versus Orny Lorcan, I'm going to give that match 3 stars. I thought that was a good match. For the tag team match, I'm going to give that 2 stars. It was just there to really put Heavy Machinery over as a team, so it served its purpose. For the women's match, I'm going to give it probably just 2 stars because it was just there. For the Cassius Ohno Fabian Eichner match, 3 1/4 stars. I thought that was a really good match. Then for the main event with Eric Young versus Adam Cole, I thought that was a really good match. I'll give it 3.5. And that's pretty much my review of NXT. I'll talk to you guys later.